Welcome to my gardening vlog. My name's Haydn and I live in Stanley in County Durham, and during the course of this year I've been vlogging what I do in my garden in regards to the flowers and vegetables, and also recording the birds that visit the garden. Birds are very quiet at the moment. The first fledglings have arrived in the garden this week, but unfortunately they've been starlings. I'd find them a bit of a nuisance because they just take all the food. So I'm putting far less out at this moment. But yesterday they invaded the garden with fledgling chicks just about everywhere. This morning I've just got a couple of quick jobs to do. The first is that just to show that my peas have been a bit of a failure. So I came out in the week a couple of days ago, the 19th. And I've planted some peas in one of these trays, which I use for the runner beans, and hopefully I'll be a little bit more successful with that. But what I want to do or need to do is these are the tomatoes that featured in my last vlog that were as good as dead really, and so I quickly planted them into some bigger pots. And this has been 5 days since then, and they're back to life, and it's amazing how much they've grown as well. And so I have got myself I'll put that on there for a minute, a grow bag, and so I'm going to transfer those now into these bigger pots with some of the stuff out of the grow bag, and then put them into there instead. It's actually going to be easier for me to transfer the compost into these outside, so I'll just quickly do that outside. These are actually not for me, they're for somebody else. So I'll just grow them on a little bit longer now before I pass them on. I've also brought some more bedding plants from the local nursery, but they'll go out sometime tomorrow, as it's early morning and I've got to get on with my proper job with work this morning. But I'm just going to show you this before I put the camera off. These are the cosmos, that are the snips that I took out of these originally from in there, and I did 12 of them all together, wondering how they would grow or survive, and as you can see on there, the root that is coming through, so that's doing okay. So all of these cosmos, and the tray that I got under here, which I've not snipped and I don't intend to snip, they need to be going out if possible this weekend in the garden. I've also got these geraniums which are now needing to go into bigger pots. They're not growing much now left in these small pots. Now I've got this plastic hanging type of basket thing, and so I'm going to put some of these bedding plants into here, especially the petunias to hang over. I'm going to put one of these geraniums into here, and at least one of these, or maybe two, because they're so pretty. Good thing about buying this stuff from the Will-Grow nurseries up the road is that you get a card with a picture and the name on, so I can keep tabs of what it is that I've actually planted in my pots. And my neighbour's got a pressure washer going. I didn't realise when I started, but you should still just be able to hear me talking over that if I need to. This one is called Deep Red, and it's a beautiful colour. Red's my favourite colour anyway. This one, Passion Punch. And then I'm going to put the geranium sort of in the middle with the hopes it'll just grow up a little bit in the middle. I'll keep that a little bit higher to start with. To the side of that, this is called Nemesia Cherry on Ice. And I'm going to put this one in, Petunia again, which is called Night Rider Imperial. Again, there's such beautiful colours on that. And then to the side there, another Nemesia, but this time it's called Easter Bonnet. Again, beautiful little delicate flowers. Take that outside and give it a bit of a soak in. So that's a nice little hanging basket with different colours and different flowers in there. I've also got another hanging basket here, but I haven't got any liner to put in it yet, so I'll have to get some liner from somewhere. Outside I've got some bigger ones as well, but they need a bit of tidying up before I can fill those up as well. This week has also been the week where I've had the 19th of May when I do my 360-degree pictures of the garden, so I will include those now as well in this vlog. Now I had forgotten to turn the camera on, but I have started planting along here the Cosmos, which is the second lot that I planted, which is on the 14th of April, and realised that the camera hadn't been switched on. So I've already planted 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I've got 3 good strong ones there, plus 1 weaker one, and then a very small one which I will plant further along this bed as well. These will come up high, and so we'll get some flowers to show from the other side of the wall there as they come up higher than these planters on here. Now we do get a fair share of quite strong breeze and wind here, so I may have to support them a little bit if I feel that they're going to be too weak till they've established themselves a little bit more. These pots are beginning to look quite nice here now, as they're beginning to come out into flower. And I do love this pot here that I got sitting on this log. Looks very effective. Well, we finally had some proper rain, good rain, decent rain overnight. First time for weeks and weeks, and it's nice to see the ground is wet, not because of me with a hose pipe, but because of the rain. So hopefully the rainwater will be good for the garden. So I've come into the greenhouse. It's wet outside. It's at the moment, it's not raining, but the ground is still quite wet. So I'm coming to the greenhouse because I've got a couple of things I want to do. I've got a couple of these hanging baskets which a neighbour gave to me last year, I think it was, and they need a bit of attention. They could do with some new liners, but I'm going to leave that for this year. Last autumn I had a nuthatch that was visiting the garden, and it was hiding its food inside the liner, and then coming back and helping itself a little bit later. And then the jackdaws earlier this year were pulling at this and taking it to use for nesting material somewhere. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take some of this compost out and add a bit of fresh compost. I have 2 of them all together, and put them into a display, leave them out. Hopefully the rainwater will help feed them a bit, and I'll use some of these, and then I've still got these geraniums, so I'll put 2 each of those in them as well and fill them up as much as I can. So in there I've got some geranium, I think they're pink, F1, and then we've got the Nemesia cherry on ice. This is a beautiful little flower with the red and the white at the bottom and the little yellow in the middle. And then the Calibrachoa, Leah Cranberry, again a nice pinky red with yellow in the middle. And then a petunia, which is Crazy Tunia Passion Punch. There is still room in there for something else, but I'll leave that like that for now. Put them outside, and it's supposed to rain again today, so they'll get some water. If they don't, then I'll come and use the watering can on them. So this one's even poor condition. You can see this must be the one that the jackdaws must have been pecking at more, I would have thought. It doesn't matter. I'll use it for now, for this year. So this one's going to have a Surfinia, that's the name of the company, I guess, but it's a petunia, deep red. If you haven't noticed already, I love red, so I love to get a lot of red flowers. And then another petunia, Crazy Tunia Night Rider. And then another of these, which I put in the other one, Calibrocha, Leah Cranberry. And then another Nemesia, but this time it's Easter Bonnet. So that's those two done. There's still space for a little bit more in there really for a hanging basket, but I'm just going to leave it at that for now. I've got nothing else here that can go in a hanging basket, so let's see how that survives now. There's some rainwater as well. Now I've also got to do something today with these cosmos. Some of these, for example, these three are ones that I pinched out, and this is what is growing from that. There's one there that I pinched out. The rest are, by what I recall, still as they were. So I got a number of these pinched out, pinched out, pinched out, pinched out, pinched out, not pinched out, and then one, two, those three were all pinched out, but I need to plant them somewhere. So I'm going to put some along the bed by here, and then some will go out the front of the garden, and then eventually I'll have these which I've pinched to plant out as well, which over the last couple of days have really taken off. So really they need to be either in bigger pots or planted out, but I'm going to leave them for another week. And then I've got these sunflowers that I need also to plant out. They're the ones that are called Velvet Queen, which is, I thought I had a picture of it somewhere, but don't know where that's gone. Anyway, I need to get those done, these done. I need to get some of these shelves out of here today so that I can spread the tomatoes and the cucumber out, give them a little bit more growing space rather than being on top of each other. So I'll put the camera somewhere and I'll put some of these in the garden out here. It's getting quite full with stuff, but we'll see what happens. And I will just put a bit of a stick to each of them as well, just to help them because of the wind that we're getting at the moment. Oh, that was careless. I've just broken one of them right off, but it'd be no different to snipping it, so I'll put it in there like that. That's a number of them done. I've got a few left which I'll put out at the front, and then the cuttings will go out at the front as well. And this one that I've just snipped because I broke off, I will put this into here, and plenty of water. And if it survives, well, it's another extra one. It doesn't matter if it doesn't. So once again, because people are passing by the front garden, it's a public space really. I'm not going to take the camera around there. I'm just going to take these last ones of these cosmos out, plant them on the front somewhere. And I have also got in the garden, it's a bit tricky to get to at the moment with Benji here and the fence, but I have got those dahlias there to plant out, which I've done from seed, and so I will plant those out at the front as well.